As you all remember, Elon Musk was a big part of the company against Facebook that suggested deleting your Facebook. And recently, the situation got very risky for Meta's users. As Musk suggests, you need to be very careful because Facebook implemented privacy policy updates that make your private information not safe, and you are risking a lot every day. According to Musk, this is a total collapse of Facebook, and he has a very interesting point about why he thinks like that. So, Facebook has updated its terms of service and made big modifications to its privacy policy. Regulators have criticized the network after a stunning leaked paper suggested that Facebook is not using your data safely. Also, the revised privacy policy of the corporation will be communicated to millions of Meta product users, including those on Facebook and Instagram. The company has already come under fire from campaigners and regulators for its misuse of customer data. Moreover, it is still in Meta's best interest for its users to continue providing as much information as they can. That approach is well illustrated by the company's vocal resistance to Apple's iOS ad tracking controls, which significantly curtailed the ability of applications to follow user activity, a resounding triumph for consumer privacy. If you aren't ready to delete Meta's applications, there are several significant details that you need to know as soon as possible. But a more important question is, what will happen if you disagree with the updates, and why your account might be terminated according to new updates is insane. This is a very interesting situation, so let's explain it. The organization formerly known as Facebook has changed its privacy policy and released a new iteration of its terms of service, as it frequently does. The previous Facebook data policy has been replaced by Meta's privacy policy, which has been updated to make it clearer and to reflect the most recent goods they provide. Facebook owner Meta has been sending out notifications regarding updates to its privacy policies. So, what has changed, and should you be worried? The first question has a simple answer. The second is more difficult. Facebook is a data-hungry advertising giant that gathers massive quantities of your personal information. The social network has come under intense investigation from regulators and whistleblowers in recent months. Add in Apple's privacy restrictions, which might cost Facebook $11 billion, and you have a perfect storm for Mark Zuckerberg's social network. Facebook claims that nothing has changed in its privacy policies in a blog post announcing the updates. Instead, the social media business will now give additional details about the data it gathers and with whom it is shared. This is a good thing because Facebook has been less than forthcoming about where data is stored. A leaked document claims that Facebook does not know what it does with your data, which the social network denies. Mark Protti, Facebook's chief privacy officer, noted that while the language looks different, the revisions do not allow Meta to gather, use, or share your data in new ways. Millions of Meta product owners, including those on Facebook and Instagram, will be notified of the company's new privacy policy. The improvements, according to Meta, are intended to make it easier to understand how consumers' information is utilized. Regulators and activists have already chastised the corporation over its exploitation of client data. The upgrade excludes WhatsApp and a few other apps. However, there are two modifications to how consumers may regulate how their data is processed. By default, a new setting will allow people more power over who may read their posts. In addition, the several controls over which advertisements users may view have been integrated into a single interface. In other words, they have combined the interest categories and the ad subject controls into one control that is accessible on Facebook and Instagram, offering a wide range of ad topics. This enables users to specify preferences for many ad subjects using a single control that reflects the relevant targeting areas that marketers may use to find them and the material that they may encounter in an advertisement. In addition, the company is changing its terms of service. In a blog post, Meta's chief privacy officer, Michael Protti, stated that the company wants to better communicate what is expected of Meta and the people who utilize its services. He stated that this will include when the corporation may disable or terminate accounts, as well as further information on what happens when an account is terminated. Meta claims it is also disclosing more information on the categories of third parties with whom it exchanges and receives information, as well as how data is exchanged among its products. Users are not required to take any action in response to the policy changes in order to continue using Meta products, but those who do not agree with the updates are free to leave our services, according to the company. Meta has made efforts in the past several years to make its policies clearer and easier to read, for example, in 2014 and 2018, and this layout might do the best job yet, but as much as it helps users to comprehend what they're consenting to, it may help Meta more. Listing of examples helps minimize misunderstanding and misinterpretation of regulations, such as the issue with Instagram's terms of service modification in 2012, when some assumed the service would suddenly begin selling everyone's pictures. The modifications, which went into effect on July the 22nd, are, according to Meta, an effort to reconcile a desire to minimize policy complexity while facing increased pressure from regulators and privacy regulations to be more comprehensive. Regulators are increasingly scrutinizing Meta's handling and safeguarding of user data. For better or worse, after reviewing the new policy and contrasting it with the previous one, this seems to hold. The promise made by this policy not to share data in new ways sounds good, but John Davison, senior counsel for the Electronic Privacy Information Center, commented to The Verge that the issue is that Facebook already feeds user data at the industrial level into a vast targeted ads ecosystem. Therefore, the current situation is bad for privacy. The corporation warned in February that regulatory headwinds are likely to limit future expansion. In addition, the firm was fined $20.6 million in March for violating EU data privacy regulations in 2018. The Remove Facebook campaign is gaining steam. In the midst of a lot of bad press, many individuals are understanding that social networks collect a massive amount of data and track you far more than is comfortable. If you aren't ready to delete Facebook, we have some suggestions on how to preserve your privacy and minimize your Facebook use. If you have an iPhone, you may disable Facebook tracking across applications and websites by using App Tracking Transparency. Even better, you could erase the app from your phone and simply use it on your internet browser to restrict the amount of data Facebook may gather. The new Privacy Center may be found in the Privacy section of the Settings menu. Currently, privacy settings are separated between Facebook's privacy shortcuts and privacy checkup menus, which are far from perfect but are an upgrade over how the platform handles these controls. The new Privacy Center will divide information into 5 categories: security, sharing, collection, use, and advertisements. With the modifications, Meta is still promoting the notion of privacy education, which is a polite way of stating that if you don't go to the work of sifting through all of this, the firm will use your data against you. Way before Meta started data scraping, he had already voiced worries about Meta's privacy. Musk deleted the Tesla and SpaceX Facebook profiles in March 2018, alleging that he didn't understand why his companies maintained pages on the platform. Following the removal of his company's Facebook accounts, Musk said that it was not a political gesture and that he did not erase all of his company's Facebook sites because he was challenged to do so. Musk also removed his Instagram account in August 2018. Whether you pay close attention to it or not, this update will nonetheless take place. To learn more about your data and how to regulate it on Meta's platforms utilizing its new and current privacy settings, have a peek through your Instagram or Facebook notifications regarding this update. The best way to maintain privacy while taking advantage of the fun and connections offered by social media is to educate yourself on the details of this new upgrade. That's it for today. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification